Welcome to ESPN 1700. It's the lunch hour with Mr. Credit, telling you everything they don't want you to know, and a lot of things a lot of people just flat out can't stand to hear. But I'm here to shoot you the truth, and you know I'll do it every day, right here on ESPN 1700 at noon, Monday through Friday. We've got an amazing show today, tons of crazy stuff going on. Most hated man in the NFL. Is it really Cortland Finnegan? Are they still picking on this poor guy? Imagine the guy. Take yourself back to well, let's go below high school. Let's take ourselves back to grade school. Some guy who's a little punk, who messes with everybody. All of a sudden he messes with a guy who's, twice his size, gets beat up on national TV, gets replayed over and over again on the worldwide leader in sports, and now you're still saying you hate the guy? I mean, come on, take it easy, for crying out loud. Nobody deserves to be hated that much, do they? I mean, did he, punch someone's mom or something? Because what I saw was him getting punched in the face 3 consecutive times by a giant, the Jolly Green version in Andre Johnson. I mean, for me, let's take it easy on this guy for a minute. Let's see what happens next game. If he's still talking trash, then somebody else needs to kick his butt. So, I mean, that's what I think. But if you want to call him the most hated man, you call him the most hated man. Big game tonight. Texans at Philadelphia, and that's going to be on the NFL Network. It's a huge game. Michael Vick, obviously Matt Schaub. We're going to get into that in detail. I want to welcome our guest host today, as always, on Thursday. It's the Man Hour here on ESPN 1700. The Z-Man, Zephyr Hill. What's up, man?
Nothing much. How about yourself?
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you. I always love Man Day.
Yeah, Man Hour. It's awesome. It seems like it's been forever. Of course, I was out of town, so it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, same to you, man.
It was great.
Got to give a lot of thanks. A lot of things to be thankful for, as always, in this wonderful country that we live in. We got a bunch of really interesting things going on. Did you catch the Derek Anderson rant, by the way? We played it a couple times on Tuesday. Did you see what happened after that game, that pathetic Monday Night Football game?
No.
Oh, my gosh. Just absolute brutality. Well, the game, first of all, the awful San Francisco 49ers crushed the somehow even worse
Wow, that is brutal.
Arizona Cardinals, quarterbacked by Derek Anderson. He was caught smiling. It was a wry smile, but he was smiling in the fourth quarter when they were down 18 points, and he hadn't thrown a touchdown pass or really moved the ball at all. Reporter confronted him afterwards. He went on a rant, talking about how hard he works and how seriously he takes this stuff and all that. And I defended him a little bit. However, you had to defend the reporter as well. The truth is, I think when it comes to the NFL, you have to be almost a politician to handle it right. Think about it. I mean, if you get emotional, and this is important because, Goldberg Jones, 1-800-DIVORCE, where you're the managing attorney, you see things, there's a lot of emotions get involved sometimes. And that's why I want to bring this up. Emotions get involved, and then all of a sudden, when composure gets lost, now what happens?
Nothing but trouble.
Nothing good.
Always costs you money.
Yeah, exactly. No matter which way you look at it. In his case, he's out the door soon. The Arizona Cardinals, he's not going to be their quarterback as soon as they can figure out how to make him not their quarterback. But, in the situation of people just in general, it's always better to be composed. Take a couple of seconds, count to 3, do whatever you need to do, but think before you speak. If you just start yelling and raising your voice, because here's the thing, everyone was blaming the reporter for grilling him, but the reporter was totally calm. He did not raise his voice. He simply asked a question and maintained his composure. Anderson's the one who started cursing and raising his voice.
Well, as a fan, I'll throw a different perspective in.
Do it.
I love it, even though I missed it. But I don't want every interview to be like a Tiger Woods interview. I'm just here to play golf. I'm just here to win. A lot of the greats, had to learn to be that politician you're talking about, and they give the worst interviews. So I like to see some passion, even if it's misguided. As a football guy, sure, why not?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Hello, you play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sport. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out.
How about that one from
I'm a man.
Oh, you like that one too?
Come after me. I'm a man.
There you go. 40. There you go. See, that's what I like to see in the interview room.
Yes.
We need more of that.
I love the passion. Don't get me wrong. Not saying that I'm not into the passion. I'm just saying that there's a moment when, you have passion, and he took a lot of heat for that. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Sure.
He took a lot of heat for that. But there was a purpose there. It was, hey, let's get all of the attention off my players and put it on me. That was strategic. That was brilliant. Okay, and I don't even like Oklahoma State.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I like Mizzou. Look at my shirt. Okay. So, but I have to give credit where credit's due. And in that case, there was a point. In this case, it was just being blindsided. He didn't realize he was caught on camera. He didn't realize John Gruden had pointed it out to everyone and the 12 million people that were watching Monday Night Football across the country. And so, he got blindsided a little bit. I thought it was funny, but I also thought it was pertinent because, I think emotions are important to contain, especially in moments where you're clearly being watched by a lot of people. And when you're on the clock or on the camera, take a couple seconds, think about what you're going to say, compose yourself. This is something you're really good at. And, no matter what comes at you, hey, let me shoot you straight, but let me do it with my normal voice.
Right.
And let's leave the 4-letter words out of there. And then you can actually be, listened to, respected. It's not a story all of a sudden.
Absolutely.
So from a fan's perspective, you like it. I love it. You have to. There's absolutely no reason not to like it when a good story like that comes up. But at the same time, you look at a guy like that and you go, look, these guys are in the tubes. The only thing he has to protect is his own name.
Yeah.
And then when you flush that down the toilet, now you got serious problems.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, Derek Anderson blew the NFL away when he came into the league and now can't throw a touchdown pass. That's got to be frustrating. I mean, do you remember Ryan Leaf? Do I need to go any further?
He's remembered.
He is remembered.
Not for being any good. But he's remembered.
He had his own rant or two. I think we need to do. We got Justin Kranz on the board today. Kranz, we were talking earlier. What do you think about this, Z? We're thinking about doing a best rants show.
Ooh, yeah.
There's some good ones out there. You got some. There's Ditka, Bobby Knight. Think about all the. Obviously, Jim Mora. There's a few players too.
We talking about practice, not a game. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
That's one of my favorite ones of all times. You have to see that one just as much as you have to hear it to really appreciate it. Allen Iverson, another guy, blew the league away. Totally dominated in college. He's about 6 feet tall, 5'11". Dominated the game of basketball, which is where the best athletes in the country go to play the professional sports. And, now he's playing in Europe or something like that.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
he had a long run, though.
He had a long run. It was a good run, but it's just too hard. You got these guys at 19 years old. They jump out of the gym. We just saw Blake Griffin on the in-studio TV here do a reverse dunk on somebody last night. I mean, that's just an absurdity. But you see these athletes in the NBA, which we're not even going to go NBA. Right now, Lakers have lost 4 in a row, so I'm staying away from it. I don't want to go there yet. It's too early in the season. However, tonight on ESPN 1700, right here, save the station in your dial, Miami Heat going to Cleveland to play the Cavaliers. LeBron James going back to Cleveland after giving them the proverbial punch in the gut.
Oof.
And declaring that he was going to go to Miami on national TV in front of God and everybody. 4:15 is when the coverage starts. What do you think is happening there?
That's been the morning talk for 3 days. I kept driving into work, hearing it, and going, well, is the game tonight? Is the game tonight? Oh, no, it's tomorrow night. Oh, well, now it actually is tonight. So, shoot, that's hey, drama inside the ropes and outside the ropes. It's all fun for me. Let's see how he does under that kind of pressure and scrutiny. It's still just a regular season game. That's what he's going to tell us in his interview when he takes a couple seconds to think about what he's going to say. But deep down inside, he's got to have somewhat of an agenda.
Well, he admitted to having butterflies about it. He admitted to the fact that he also is very comfortable on that floor. And that's something you don't really think about. But every floor is different, and a lot of people say, "Oh, well, the basket's the same height, all this and that." But you go into different gyms and you play basketball. If you've ever played organized basketball, every single gym is different, has a different feel, a different look. The lighting's different. It's different.
Absolutely.
And he said, "Look, I feel really comfortable on that floor. I know what spots I need to get to on that floor where I'm going to stroke the ball." And he seemed pretty confident and calm, but was willing to admit that, look, it's not close enough yet for me to feel the nerves, but I know I'm going to. I've predicted that the Heat are going to go in there and smear the Cavaliers. I think the Cavaliers got off to a fast start. They just don't have anybody. The 7-10 Cavaliers, the disappointing 11-8 Miami Heat, who have finally started to get it together, now finally have a real motive.
Yeah.
To go in there and show what's up.
You could see this as a springboard, huh?
Yes.
They win this one big and then win 20 in a row or whatever. 10, 8. 20 is a little much. But.
The catapult, like the Apollo 13 around the moon on this thing, on this game, this is the exact environment for something like this to happen. If you know basketball players, they talk as much trash as any sport you can imagine. It's like hockey, they keep their mouth shut, they just elbow you in the face. Football, they're saying a lot, but they have chin straps, mouthpieces, and they're talking, but it's different. They're also tired. In basketball, it's different. There's trash getting talked every second on that floor. And when this game comes to town, it's going to be as bad as it could possibly be. But because the Cavaliers are going to step their game up, I think what you're going to see happen is you're going to see the Heat play up to that extra level of intensity, and they have the better team.
Yeah. All I've been hearing about is whether or not the fans are allowed to wear hate gear, and chant against, against him and say all sorts of rude things and everything. I haven't really heard anything about the Cavaliers' individual team members. Do they still like him? Do they have relationships with him? Do they go down and party at his house in the off season?
Probably.
So maybe it's all just us talking.
Well, it's always going to be a lot of hype.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the same thing, Donovan McNabb, as a Redskin going into Philadelphia, everybody said, they're going to throw stuff on the field. It's going to be ugly. Let's get prepared. And what'd they do? They gave him a round of applause when he got there. You know what I mean?
How un-Philly-like.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, think about Cleveland. Now, there's nothing else really going on in Cleveland, so that is a little bit different situation. But when we come back, we're going to talk about what some of those things are that might happen, a few things that birdies have been chirping, what precautions are being taken, and, we're going to get some predictions. What's going to happen tonight? Texans at Philly, Miami at Cleveland, big stuff going on. We're also going to get to Michael Jordan's son. Another amazing feat for Michael Jordan's son when we come back. It's the Lunch Hour. Mr. Credit, ESPN 1700.
That's how long I've been on ya. Let's get lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss.
I've worked with plenty of different mortgage companies in San Diego, and while there are some who do a great job, there is only one that I can say is truly the best in the business. The Craig Sewing Lending Group provides an experience and expertise in real estate financing that is absolutely second to none. I've known Craig for a dozen years, and I know you would be satisfied working with him. Call 888-880-9500. That's 888-880-9500, or go to craigsewing.com if you're interested in buying real estate in Southern California. It's also worth considering the terms on your loan if you already own property. Rates are at levels that just absolutely boggle the mind right now, and chances are you could save some easy money here. Call Craig Sewing today, 888-880-9500, and tell him Mr. Credit sent you. That's 888-880-9500, or online at craigsewing.com.
Well, you bought her a car, you bought the house, you even bought her that rock. Oh, but now you'll call 1-800-DIVORCE, so she won't clean your clock.
Hey men, if you're facing a divorce, custody, or child support issue, don't go it alone. You need the professionals at 1-800-DIVORCE to help protect your rights.
This is Rick Jones of the law firm Goldberg & Jones. Selecting the right attorney for your divorce is one of the most important decisions a man can make. Even though your case may last only a few months, the impact lasts a lifetime. Our firm represents husbands and fathers in divorce, custody, and child support cases.
Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Get your phone questions answered at no charge. That's 1-800-DIVORCE, serving the entire greater San Diego area.
Call 1-800-DIVORCE.
Are you considering calling one of those companies who says they can get you out of debt? Hi, this is Lisa with the McDonald Legal Group, and I've been helping people in San Diego become debt-free for over 15 years. Listen, most companies that promise to reduce your debt are simply giving out bad advice. The truth is, Chapter 7 bankruptcy is a better solution in most cases. It's cheaper, faster, and can actually improve your credit score instead of crushing it for years to come. Call us today before you make a costly mistake. 858-437-0103.